Now a reading from chapter 4, which is entitled A Journey Southwards. Eventually, the hills on the west and the east and the smell of salt sea air gave way to a wide grassland. At last, the heat of the day had come. Off in the great distance, to the south of us, was another range of rolling hills. Gargros stopped a moment and pointed towards them. "Those are the Pyramid Hills," the wizard said. "We should reach them by nightfall. By tomorrow afternoon we should reach the Whittling Pass, which takes us down into Colfare and the Vriedling Range," said Kybald. "After which our journey becomes more dangerous," I commented. "You're not thinking of turning back, are you?" asked Gargros. "No," I said. "Where would I go? I cannot go home. I have no home now. I don't know how to get to where my father is now. I certainly could not hide in Smooting Forest." "You are welcome to, if you wish," said Kybald. "That is kind of you," I said. "There's only one path for me now. It is the way forward." "That's the spirit," said Gargros. "Now we must be off again." And we went once more down the road. The day grew hotter and drier as we went on. At length the day began to wane. The sun sunk low and the Pyramid Hills came closer. At twilight we reached the feet of those hills. The wizard called a halt. We turned aside from the road. We had a dinner and went to sleep as the moon rose above the hills. In the early morning light, Gargros woke Kybald and me. We ate a breakfast of hot porridge. Once more we headed forth. We took down the road, which wove through the winding hills. On either side of the road, the tall hills loomed large, hemming us in. By afternoon we had finally reached the Whittling Pass. Here we stopped for a moment to survey the land below us. The road ran down a slope to the vast expanse of land far below. It was a plain, with a range of mountains on its left going still further south. However, in the distance, in the land beyond, we could see a large cloud of smoke rising. "It is just as I have feared," Gargros said ominously. "What is that smoke yonder?" I asked. "It is from the fire of a Vriedling raid," answered Kybald. "They are coming farther north," said Gargros. "I had hoped they would stay further south." "Now we must take an alternative road," said Kybald. "We will when we reach the bottom of the pass," Gargros informed us. "Once we are down from the pass, we must head eastward. We must then hug the Happerstadt Mountains over there." The wizard pointed to the mountains on the left side of the plain, which extended southwards. The three of us walked down the slope onto the plain. We turned eastward and abandoned Harriman Road. Eventually, we reached the edge of the Happerstadt Mountains. The land near those mountains was covered in heather. With Gargros in the lead, Kybald and I followed. We wove our way through the heather. Here and there were the occasional peat bogs. These we carefully skirted around. By nightfall, we reached the end of the Happerstadt Mountains. The heather, nevertheless, continued southwards. By tomorrow night, we should reach the feet of the Sounding Hills, Gargros informed Kybald and me. After that, we should be at Adamarn Mount and the Gate of the Eye by sunset of the following day. The next day, the three of us journeyed still further southward. Soon we began to travel eastward. Eventually, the heather gave way to the grassland. But once again we could see small streams and the occasional pond with a few trees and bushes. As we went further, we came to a forest with many trees and bushes. Under the trees we stopped briefly for lunch. Then we began walking again. The three of us pressed on for hours, while the sun waned away. By twilight, found our way out of the woods, saw another range of hills. These hills were tall and menacing, thick with trees and shrubs. Gargros pointed towards them. Those are the Sounding Hills. A few minutes found us at the foot of one of the hills. There we made camp for the night. We ate dinner and gazed at the small fire we had made. I looked up warily towards the hill. I could not shake the feeling that we were being watched. At last, it seemed, the genuine peril of our quest had begun. I lowered my gaze towards the trees nearest our camp. It was then that I saw movement towards us, many eyes leering out at us. "Over there in the trees!" I exclaimed, rising to my feet. My two companions arose as well and looked towards the trees. "Ghouls," said Gargros grimly. "Come to eat our flesh and drink our blood," said Kaibald. He drew his sword, and I drew mine. Gargros lit the top of his staff and extended it towards the trees. It was then that we saw what was slowly drawing near. People who looked dead and decayed. Their eyes gleamed a sickly yellow. A foul stench of death seemed to emanate from them.